Okay. So today I'm going to start the rest part of the elasticity, whatever I have taught in our earlier classes, that means last classes. So now, a strain. When a force is applied over a body, its dimension changes. Then the ratio of change in dimension to original dimension is known as a strain. The ratio of change in dimension to the original dimension is called a strain. Is called a strain. Okay. So now that is a strain equal to change in dimension to the original dimension. The ratio of change in dimension to the original dimension is called the strain. Okay? So, then types of a strain. Types of a strain. First one is known as longitudinal. Longitudinal strain. Second one is your volumetric strain. And the third one is your shearing strain. Shearing strain. So now, first, the longitudinal strain. This is, as we have read, the ratio of change in length to original length. The ratio of, so like, we may write like this, change in length to original length. For this, just imagine this is a rod. This is a rod of length L, and now we are applying a force. Where we are applying a force here. When we apply a force, what will happen? There will be change in its length. There will be change in its length, and this length is like this. Just imagine this is del L. The change in length is your del L. Hence, the longitudinal strain is equal to change in length to original length. As it is the ratio of the same thing. So, it has no unit and dimension. Okay. Similarly, we can say about volumetric strain. Volumetric strain. Volumetric strain. And this is equal to change in volume to original volume. Okay. So just imagine this is a ball. Its volume is V, and if we give the air in the ball, then what will happen? Its volume increases and increases to del V. Okay. It is increasing, so it is positive. And if the same ball is here, and now we take some air from it, its volume was V, and the volume is del V. Then what will happen? This change in volume is del V. So volumetric strain is equal to how much? This is equal to del V by V. It may be plus or minus. Positive sign shows that it is increasing, and negative shows it is decreasing. Okay. And finally, the third one, that is called tangential strain or shearing strain. Shearing strain. Okay. So what is shearing strain? So just imagine there is a cubical body. This is a cubical body. Okay. This is a cubical body. Okay. All sides of it is equal, so L. Now name it A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Okay. So now its lowest end is fixed, and now we are applying a tangential force on its upper surface. Then like this, what will happen? There will be a change in its dimension. Its volume will be same, but dimension changes. So just see. Now it is from here. Okay, here. So now E becomes E dash, H, H dash, G, G dash, and this F, F dash. Okay. So first its position was A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. And now after applying the force, that is deforming force and also known as tangential force, its position becomes A, B, C, D, E dash, F dash, G dash, and H dash. And just see, if they tilt, they bend like to the angle, and that angle is theta. So this theta is known as angle of shear. Here theta is equal to how much? A, E, E dash, that is equal to D, H, H dash, and so on. Hence, as from figure, we see theta is equal to, as already I have told you, this is L, and just imagine this is del L. So theta is equal to del L by L. So this theta is called here shearing strain. Shearing strain or angle of shear. Shearing strain or angle of shear. I think there is no problem in strain. So this is shearing strain. Shearing strain. Okay. So again, just now going very clear. there is a word elastic limit. What is this? So this is the uppermost force. Up to which when we apply a deforming force and after removal the body regains its original position. But beyond this the body does not regain its original position. So elastic limit is your what? Elastic limit is the upper limit of deforming force. Elastic limit, this is the upper limit of deforming force. Okay? So this is the strain. Now we will start Hooke's law. Hooke's law. So it is within elastic limit. Within elastic limit, stress is directly proportional to the strain. Directly proportional to the strain. Within elastic limit, stress is directly proportional to the strain. That is, stress is directly proportional to strain. Or we may write stress is equal to E into strain, where E is a constant of proportionality called elastic constant or modulus of elasticity. Modulus of elasticity or coefficient of elasticity or coefficient of elasticity. Hence, E is equal to, we may write stress by strain. That is, we may also define modulus of elasticity is the ratio of stress to the strain of a body. Okay? And then in our next class we will read about the types of modulus of elasticity. Okay?